Welcome to Lesson 4, Personalization of Your Own Nutrition Plan. So how do you take what you've learned in previous lessons about nutrient density and label reading and the nutrition itself and even the historical perspective and apply it to your everyday life? Let's look at a really practical way of how to personalize your nutrition. All right, when we talk about personalizing a nutrition plan for maybe one of our clients, or if you're doing it yourself, you want to be looking at these four main things. We're going to start right to left, and diet type is really the first choice, I guess, or the personalization step that you want to make. What diet type am I following? Am I going to follow a ketogenic diet type? Am I following a therapeutic diet plan? There's probably over 30 different diet types that we've worked with clients. In determining that diet type, we use a diet type questionnaire, and it's in this course. So when you're done with diet section here in these lessons, you can take this diet type quiz. And it helps determine what diet would be the best for you in your current health condition profile right now. So it's over 30 different types of food plans. There's a detox food plan we've used. There's a healing diet type we've used. We've worked with autoimmune protocol diets and paleo diets and low FODMAP and SIBO. There's a lot of food as medicine type of diets as well. But if you're looking for just a basic whole food, nutrient dense, search up Institute of Functional Medicine, and they offer a core, what we call a core food plan. And it's just all nutrient dense whole foods and not a specific therapeutic purpose. So once you determine the diet type, then you can go and work your way to personalizing your plan through calories, macros, and portions. Calories and macros, I'm not a huge fan of counting, tracking all of that. Maybe with certain people that are working on specific goals and they're very time-sensitive goals, maybe, but for the most part, calories and macros enable us to determine portions. And portions are really more of where the rubber meets the road in what people are eating every day and how do people build their meals each day. So let's look at it really quickly and walk through kind of the math or the thinking behind how to customize your own nutrition plan. So when we look at calories, we want to calculate those based on base metabolic rate. Base metabolic rate, or BMR, is how many calories or units of heat, that's all a calorie is, do you burn just breathing in and out, laying in bed all day, sitting on the couch doing nothing, no movement hardly at all. You would still be burning a certain amount of calories. And the foods that we eat, we really want them to be high nutrient, but low density, low caloric density, not a ton of calories, but a lot of nutrients. So in comparison, we don't really want to be eating like rice cakes, where have a little bit higher calorie count, but they have no nutrition, or soda, super high calories and very, very little nutrition. We really want to focus on high nutrition and low density based on your base metabolic rate. Well, how do you know your base metabolic rate? There's a couple ways. There's some tests on the market, a breathing test that maybe a lot of personal trainers will offer, or a chiropractor office. So you can actually test it. There's bioimpedance analysis. It's an electro connection machine that you can do through maybe another chiropractor or a functional medicine clinic. There's body composition analysis using a lot of the same technology. Super non-invasive, and it gives you a reading of how much water you have in your cells, your body fat percentage, all those numbers, and it also calculates your BMR. But that's the hard way. If you want to do it the easy way, which is really simple, and you can do it from home on your own computer, then there's a website called calculator.net. Calculator.net. It has all kinds of different calculators, and on that website, look up the Health and Wellness Calculator and the BMR Calculator. They also have a calorie calculator. You can compare the results if you want to enter your information in either one of those. So once you have your calories that you need, it asks you for activity. Then you have a number in mind. And if you want to lose weight, here's how you adjust your caloric intake. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So if you were to lower your caloric intake by 500 calories in a day, so 5 times 7 is 35, you're going to be losing a pound a week. That's just calories in, calories out, the math. So we go beyond calories in, calories out with our coaching program because it's not just about calories in, calories out. A lot of people, their body should be responding and it doesn't. But that's the basics, that's the math that should be happening if you were to do the 500 calorie deficit a day. So when you do your base metabolic rate and you've added in your activity, then you have your number. Then if you want to lose weight, to lower and create that 500 calorie deficit, then you take your base metabolic rate, go down 100. So if your base metabolic rate is 1500, you want to go down to 1400 and create a range, so 1400 to 1600, with your base metabolic rate being that median number. Then you want to go to macros, and based on 1500 calories a day, that median number, again, you want to be eating in a range of calories, not every day eating the exact same amount. You want to keep your body guessing. Then you go to macros. Where do those calories come from? They come from proteins, carbs, and fats. Well, what ratio? And there's a lot of people, a lot of groups, a lot of health professionals that really focus on macros. And for good reason, because it's really determining what kind of nutrition are you fueling your body with, and goes a little bit broader than just the calories themselves and that number. How to build the meals from those portions. So your hand is the visual. So protein, your hand, one serving of protein is the inside of your palm. It doesn't matter if you're small, large, frame, it doesn't matter. The inside of your palm is one serving of protein for you. Typically, one serving of protein is 20 to 25 grams. Then your carb serving is your fist. Carb portions are typically 15 to 20 net grams, meaning total carbs. If you were to read a food label, total carbs minus any fiber is your net carb. So just carbs minus the fiber is 15 to 20 grams is one serving. So when you're reading a food label and you don't have all whole foods in your hand, you're not looking at an apple or looking at a boiled egg, but you're eating foods that have multiple things in them, and you're reading it on a label, that's the way you track that. So proteins are 20 to 25 is one serving. Carbs are 15 to 20 net. And fats are usually 5 to 8 grams is one serving. It's your thumb. So carbs are your fist, proteins are the inside of your palm, and fats are your thumb. Thumb is typically, for most people, maybe half a tablespoon, a couple teaspoons. So 5 to 8 grams is one serving of fat on a label. So based on your macro ratio, based on your caloric range, we can say, hey, here's what a plate looks like for you. So the cool thing when you finish your dress profile at the end, which is your own personalized plan, if you're able to complete the assessments and plug your results into the calculator, we'll walk you through how to do that. It'll print, you can download your own personalized plan that has your caloric amount, your macros, your portions calculated for you. But I want you to know that this is what it looks like to personalize nutrition, and hopefully create more of a knowledge and awareness of how you can build your meals that really work for you. And if you're a client of ours, our coaching team can really help you take the portions that you determine you need in a day for proteins, carbs, and fats and build your meals and what you want to include in each meal. So what does breakfast look like? What does lunch look like? What does dinner look like that works best for your diet type and the goals you're accomplishing, even your schedule? So there's a lot of personalization, but once you get through this step of personalizing it, it becomes more simple. If you're looking for just a basic whole foods, how do I build a nutrient-dense meal? This is a great, simple template that as you get better and better at building meals for yourself, you can combine these 4 main things and create a really pretty good, solid, healthy eating plan, no matter what your health profile, goals, or anything specific are. This is just a general nutrient-dense meal template. Clean protein, whatever that is, pastured egg, wild-caught salmon. You add a natural fat, maybe you saute it in a little bit of butter, or you roast it in some olive oil. Okay, a little bit of natural fat, and then you add a rawish carb, whether it's a lightly steamed vegetable, or a chopped salad, or some berries. And then you add something probiotic. So whether it's cultured sour cream, or some cultured pickles, or sauerkraut, or kimchi, or kefir, or kombucha, something that's probiotic. So you have a clean protein, natural fat, a rawish type carb, and a probiotic with each meal. Let me give you some examples. So clean proteins, here's a quick list. Obviously there's way more than these foods, but pastured egg, grass-fed beef, high quality protein powder, wild game, soaked lagoon, those are choices for clean proteins. Natural fats, you're looking at nut butters and avocado, you're looking at organic olive oil, grass-fed butter. Cooking things, sauteing things, adding these fats after you cook a food, top some vegetables with a good oil or butter. Adding avocado to smoothies. Those are natural fats. Flax seeds, another good one. Clean 15 Dirty Dozen is a list online with highly sprayed, highly fertilized fruits and vegetables, and rates the dirtiest ones. So try to buy those organic. And the Clean 15 list is ones that aren't as heavily sprayed, so it's not as significant of an impact to buy organic if you wanted to save money or try to prioritize. That's a great resource. But green leafy vegetables, nightshades, peppers, tomatoes, eggplant, sprouts are really good, sprouted grains, berries, pears, citrus. Those are all very low glycemic options for carbohydrate plant-based foods. And then something probiotic. So traditional sourdough, we've talked about cultured dairy, all those things, cultured vegetables, adding 1 serving of probiotic foods to a meal. So once you know how it breaks down, if you need 2 servings of protein, 5 servings of fat, 4 servings of carbs, you can build your meals from whole foods using your personalized plan in this template. So here's some examples of actual meals you can build from this template. And once you get used to it, it becomes a little bit easier, but maybe at first it sounds a little complicated. But your clean protein, let's say for a breakfast option, you're doing fried egg and a little bit of butter or ghee. You're topping that with some grated cheese or avocado, which is your natural fat. Then you're putting that on top of a bed of lettuce, which is your raw carb, or sprouts or spinach. And then you're drinking maybe 8 ounces or so of your probiotic, which is strawberry kefir. That's a great breakfast. Smoothie is another example, and you'll see the breakdown there. And for lunch, you're having taco salads, maybe some pasture-raised grass-fed beef is your clean protein, or maybe some organic turkey, clean protein. Your natural fat could be guacamole or some shredded raw milk cheese. And then that's on some lettuce mix and some tomatoes, other veggies, even some salsas, your raw carb. Then you're topping that with organic cultured sour cream as your probiotic. So it's not as much thought as far as what kind of recipes am I making, what kind of meal plan am I doing, as much as having these whole foods on hand and just combining them in the ratio and the portions that you need. So hopefully these meal examples will give you a little bit more practical of how to apply the foods and the portions together. And this wraps up lesson 4.